What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel, Mets Season. I want to give you guys my Week 1 preview of the 2021 season for the Mets so far. Um, but before that, I want to get out there. If you enjoy my videos, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Um, my channel, as far as everybody else's, there's only a couple of other channels that kind of that I watch that are like on the same level as far as the way that I see the Mets and the game. There's only a couple other channels. My channel's not really flashy. You know, I'm not. I'm just like a baseball historian, a Mets historian. I love the game. So I'm gonna give it to you like raw and uncut. And so basically, I want to touch on what I've seen with the Mets so far. After 5 games, unfortunately, only 5 games, whereas most of the teams have played 9, 10 games so far. The Mets are 2-3, not bad, depending on how horrible they've been hitting, especially with runners in scoring position. So I'll take it. I understand Met fans are frustrated with what's going on, especially with Conforto, and really Pete Alonso hasn't done much either. Um, One thing that bothers me is the booing. The booing with Conforto. I understand fans are frustrated, and we expect more from a guy like that. But the guy, for me, in order for me to boo, especially one of my own, uh, my favorite team's players, the guy just will have to like not be trying, not hustling, or having issues with teammates. But Conforto, obviously he's trying. I mean, I don't see why, why booing him is doing anything to help the situation out. You know, we have to remember about Conforto. When they drafted him in 2015, he came up just a few months later. So he didn't even get like a full season in the minors. And although he's a really good hitter, um, there's a lot of things that the team has to be blamed for, especially the Wilpons with that. For one, if they would have had a right fielder, a decent right fielder, Conforto could have spent time in the minors. And although Conforto has done okay, if they would have gave him a year or two in the minors, he probably would have came up a 300 plus hitter with 30 bombs. He's kind of like in the what I look at as the in the Bryce Harper category. Maybe he's not as good as Bryce Harper, but what I mean by that is, Bryce Harper's another guy that, he came up at 19, 18, 19, I believe. And he should be better than what he is. I mean, I think he's a little bit overrated, especially for his pay. 260, 270, and 35 homers is just not cutting it. I don't even think he's been hitting 100 RBIs, Bryce Harper. Like, that's not cutting it for me. He should be better. But again, that's not his fault. I think it's the team's. Um, when you come up that early in your career, you don't, as a hitter or as a player, since you didn't get to experience coming up how to get out of a slump or how to stay away from a long slump, you don't get that experience. So you come into the majors and you're facing the best. So what would be an 0 for 8 in the minors, in the majors, are turned into a 1 for 25 easily. You know what I'm saying? And there goes your batting average from let's say, from you having a 280, 290 down to 260, 270, easily, because you're going to go through a couple of those. And unfortunately, what it is with Conforto, he goes through a couple of those a week. He easily should be a 300 plus hitter or at least 280 plus. And, because he falls into those slumps, he's not able to get out of it because he didn't learn in the minors how to either get out of it with coaching, coaching help, or stay away from it. Because you can see as a player, even me when I played, if you go 4, 5, 6 at bats with a hit, you should focus and be like, all right, let me stop this now before it gets worse. he's not to blame for that. Like I said, the Wilpons, if we would have had a decent right fielder, Conforto could have had another year in the minors. Um, so let's give them a break. They'll hit. One thing that again, my with my experience in watching baseball, with this series coming up with the Phillies now, um, I honestly don't think they're gonna get out of the hitting slump from this series, and I'll tell you why. What I noticed is they've been getting beat with the fastball. McNeil's homer the other day to tie it in the ninth, he sold out completely, fastball in. He was sitting waiting on that. They Conforto and Pete Alonso, they're getting beat with the fastball. And my point of that, bringing that up, is I'm not worried about that because I know they can hit a fastball. Their timing is just off. They're just a tad off, swinging under it. They'll figure that out. Now, the reason why I say I don't think they'll break out of it against Philadelphia is because Philadelphia's pitching staff, they have a lot of breaking ball off speed pitches. Even their ace, Aaron Nola, his best pitch is his curveball. It's nasty. And then he spots his fastballs. So that's going to be iffy for them to get out of it. The only guy that throws heat is their closer, the left-handed reliever that was throwing 100 the other day from Tampa. And if you saw, they hit him in the ninth inning. They got 3 or 4 hits in a row, scored a run, and Pete almost actually put them ahead with that last, with the fly out to right field up against the fence. So the more they see fastball pitchers, they'll get out of it. But like I said, this series, the Phillies have a lot of pitchers that throw off-speed pitches. So you know what I'm saying? When they do spot the fastball, uh, I'm not really expecting them to get out of it this series. So I'm hoping they split the 4 games. At worst, obviously, if we could get 3 out of 4, of course, great. Or all 4, God forbid. But let's split. Give them time. They're just getting beat with the fastball. It's not like they're whiffing on breaking balls and sliders away. That worries me because that means they're not seeing the spin on the ball. They're just getting beat with the fastball. And they'll pick up on that. Don't worry about it. When you got an offensive lineup like we do, it's because they can hit a fastball. They're just swinging under it, getting beat a little bit. Their timing is off. They'll be all right. Everything, they'll figure it out. So, as far as that, the starting staff has been really good. I'm hoping Peterson can give us a better start than he did last time today. Unfortunately, it's against the Phillies, the same team. So, obviously watching film and just off the top of his head, I'm sure he's an intelligent guy. McCann is great as far as details and his defense and stuff. So I'm sure they'll pick up and adjust to some of the mistakes he made. We got Stroman going today, which was a surprise when I saw that yesterday. So that's great. Um, the bullpen is just they just don't have the length in it. Um, Familia's looked okay. I know Diaz gave up the runs the other day. I'm not gonna get on him for that. You know, they were sitting. They was aggressive early in the count. Excuse me. And I was surprised McCann didn't pick up on that, and they didn't adjust to it. So hopefully, the adjustments are made, a little bit faster with that. Those are things that happen early in the year. They'll figure out the scouting report on each guy, and like I said, make the adjustments. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, like I said, I don't really expect them to get out of the hitting slump this series because the Phillies have a lot of junk ball pitchers. What I call them junk ball pitchers. When you throw 2-0 changeups and curves. I mean, I know that's how baseball is today. I understand that. It's still junk to me or whatever. So, we'll see. And then you never know. Who knows? Maybe they will snap out of it. But just be patient. It's early. The unfortunate thing is, we already got a doubleheader today. And then obviously, we got another one against the Marlins at the end of the year, man. Those guys are going to be a pain in the butt all year, the Marlins. They're gonna be a pain, and they've always been a pain, especially late in the season with the Mets. In the past. So we'll see. We also got another one. Obviously, we got to make up that series with the Nationals. That sucks. So just hang in there. It looks like our pitching's gonna be good. The good thing about the extended series later on in the year is, hopefully we should have Thor healthy and Carrasco, which is gonna like make our pitching staffs so much better. Um, maybe one of those guys like Peterson goes into the pen, or I don't know. But hopefully Peterson pitches well, and it makes it difficult for them to make a decision. All right, guys. So my week 1 preview is, don't worry about the offense. Don't worry about the offense. Try to analyze, be a little bit more analytical with what's going on. They're just getting beat with the fastballs, Conforto and Pete. I'm not worried about that. Like I said, like last year, Pete was whiffing on breaking balls away, sliders, and it just kept happening. Because it's hard. It's hard to pick up on that. But again, they'll hit the fastball. They'll be fine. The whole team will. Nimmo's doing great. Um, Dom Smith. Other than that, offensively, not much. Not much. Lindor, he's doing what he can, till he picks up his swing, his little bunts, moving runners over, sac flies. He's only got like 4 hits, but like 3 of them are like in key spots. So, you know, they'll be all right. I like Chili Davis's approach as a hitting coach, going up the middle, you know, sitting back, letting the fastball get deep into the uh, into the plate, and then reacting on breaking balls and stuff. So that I like that approach. I like that that he teaches that. So they'll be fine. So there's my week 1 preview. The Mets will be fine, man. Just hang in there, fans. I know it's boring when they can't hit. Like I said before in my other video, any sport where your team doesn't score runs or score points, it's boring. It's boring. And then with the layoffs here, one day here, one day missing here, rain out here, it's boring right now. It's frustrating. So all right. So again, if you enjoy the video, if you enjoy the content, like I said, I analyze the game. My channel's a little bit different. I have a lot of experience and love for the game. You know, um, it's not gonna be too much of the flashy stuff here. Um, you know, I'm more of like I said, I analyze the sport. Like I said, hang in there. They're just getting beat with the fastball. They'll pick up on that. Trust me. All right, guys. All right. So if you enjoyed it, leave a like, a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And over and out. Let's go Mets.